fight, and I know that everyone keeps talking about Usyk and that's who everyone wants to fight, but this is my Usyk now. Like, the target's on him and nothing else matters, because if I don't get this right, there's no point talking about any other fight.
No questions about testing myself against the best in this division.
About fireworks, this fight is dynamite. The power that these two guys have got is
it's a dangerous fight, but it's a great fight for the fans, and it shows you, again, Joseph will step in.
Joseph Parker and Fabio Wardley just faced off on DAZN, and the air was thick with intensity. Parker's words weren't casual. They were a statement of evolution. He's acknowledging his past, but warning Wardley that the man standing before him now is a rebuilt warrior, sharper, stronger, and far more dangerous.
I would knock out that guy back in the park. That guy was, like, the Joseph Parker then boxed and trained, but didn't tick all the boxes in terms of prep.
The face-off turned fiery when Fabio leaned in, eyes locked on Parker, spitting pure intent. His voice carried threat. This wasn't talk, it was a promise. Fabio warned Parker he's stepping into a war zone, and once that bell rings, he won't stop until Parker's broken.
Building and building and building all the way through my career to get myself to this point, and I'm right on the edge of it, don't get me wrong. Joseph Parker is one hell of a competitor in front of me, but I'm right on the edge of putting my hands on a world title. So, yeah, I'm not letting anything get.
But Parker didn't flinch. His response came calm, sharp, and laced with quiet menace. Parker leaned forward in that face-off, eyes cold, voice steady. He wasn't matching Fabio's fire, he was extinguishing it. Every word carried authority. This wasn't hype, it was a veteran reminding a newcomer that belief isn't enough. Experience wins wars, and Parker sounded ready to prove it.
Wardley is determined, and he's said he's ticked all those boxes and got the rounds in that he needs to have a big fight like this, but fighting a person like myself is very different to fighting everyone else that he's fought. I bring a lot of experience, I bring, same as in belief, determination, and I will win come 25th October.
Eddie Hearn's words carried weight. He's seen Parker at his peak, and this version looks even better. The sharpness, the timing, the confidence, everything points to a fighter who's peaking at the perfect moment. Hearn's not hyping, he's hinting. Parker's coming to make a statement.
He looks happy, he looks fit, he looks sharp, he looks fast, and the truth is we're going to get the very best
And trainer Andy Lee explained exactly what's fueling that resurgence. Andy Lee broke it down like a tactician, calm, calculated, and confident. He knows Parker's weapons better than anyone. This isn't about hype, it's about precision. Every movement, every punch is being sharpened for one purpose: to neutralize Wardley's chaos. If Parker stays disciplined, Lee believes the result is inevitable.
To implement ways of beating him, punches that will work, combinations that will work, movements that will work, and then you focus on improving your fighter as well, making him the best he can be. And as long as as long as Joe is firing on all cylinders, I think he'll have enough to beat Wardley, even though, like you said, danger.
Frank Warren didn't mince words. He sees momentum, confidence, and chemistry all on Parker's side. With Andy Lee in his corner, Parker's boxing looks reborn, slicker, smarter, and ruthless in execution. This isn't the same fighter from years ago. Warren's message was simple: underestimate Parker now, and you'll regret it later.
Because Parker's hit a massive run at the moment. He's on a real roll. He's beaten top 10 fighters, Zhang, Bakoli, and done it in style, in absolute style. And he's with a new trainer now in Andy Lee, who seems to be really getting the best out of him. They've really formed a good unit, a good bond between the two of them. And he's a live fighter.
Carl Froch and Tony Bellew's analysis hits the nail on the head. This fight has danger written all over it. Parker may have the edge in experience and composure, but Wardley's explosive power can flip everything in a heartbeat. Bellew's tone carried both respect and warning. Parker must not get drawn into Wardley's type of fight. Froch, meanwhile, saw this as the ultimate test of maturity for Parker, whether he can stay disciplined when chaos starts flying. The matchup isn't about who's stronger, it's about who's smarter under fire. Both men know one mistake can cost everything. This isn't just a battle of fists, it's a chess match under pressure, and Parker's composure might just decide the outcome.
Good fight, innit? It is a good fight.
Parker
Fabio
Wardley,
Wardley's a danger,
I'm actually
isn't
looking forward to that. I think Parker does it with the experience and the skills and that.
I think he overcomes, but I think it's too big of a
Wardley
leap.
punches hard. Wardley punches hard enough to make it a fight and then drag him into something and make it like so interesting.
And for Tony Bellew, Parker's recent record already speaks volumes. Tony Bellew couldn't have put it better. Parker's evolution has been nothing short of incredible. To hand Zhang his first real humbling moment showed how far Joe has come. The way he dismantled the big man with timing, control, and patience reminded everyone why he's one of the most technically sound heavyweights on the planet. Bellew's giant killer label isn't exaggeration, it's earned. Parker's calm, intelligent approach has transformed him into a silent destroyer. No theatrics, no trash talk, just results. Beating top-tier opponents in style has restored his place among the elite. For Wardley, this should ring alarm bells, because the same calm that beat Zhang will be staring him down under the bright lights.
The hierarchy of boxing. The hierarchy of boxing has always been Don King, Bob Arum. Now, in this country, it's Eddie Hearn.
Johnny Nelson's observation captures what many overlook about Joseph Parker, his quiet strength. That underrated jab has become his most dangerous weapon, breaking rhythm, setting traps, and dictating range. Against massive punchers like Zhang and Wilder, Parker showed that strength isn't just about size, it's about control and composure. Nelson sees a fighter who's finally marrying belief with execution, turning potential into presence. He's no longer reacting, he's commanding the pace, forcing opponents to fight his fight. When a veteran like Nelson praises a jab, it means it's elite level, fundamental yet fight-defining. And that's the subtle advantage Parker carries into the Wardley clash. He doesn't need flash. His fundamentals are his firepower.
He's a fighter that truly believes in himself, unbelievably strong. His jab is so underrated, his right hand is underrated. You know, you saw how he kind of physically...
Guido Vianello's words carry weight. He's felt Parker's power up close in sparring, and his respect speaks volumes. Calling Parker top 3 isn't casual talk. It's insider validation from someone who's been in the ring with both men. Vianello knows how sharp Parker's timing is, how deceptive his hand speed can be, and how physically draining it is to face him. His take isn't about friendship, it's about reality. Parker's in elite company now, mentioned alongside names like Usyk. That says everything about his current form and mindset. When sparring partners start backing you publicly, it means they've seen something the cameras can't: control, precision, and relentless intent. For Wardley, that's the scariest kind of truth.
I love Joseph, and I think that he's stronger, he's faster, and Parker right now is the top 3. Usyk, Moses, and Parker. This is the names now. So Parker is a top guy. He deserves a title fight. He deserves the world title fight. So I'm with Parker team. He will win.
Eddie Hearn spoke like a man who's seen Parker's full journey, from rising prospect to world champion, and now to a fighter reborn. When he calls Parker dangerous for anybody, that's not promoter talk, it's respect earned through evolution. Hearn knows this isn't the same Joseph Parker who lost years ago. That version was raw, inconsistent, still finding himself. But the Parker standing today is calculated, patient, and deadly efficient. Every performance lately shows a man who's found his balance, both physically and mentally. What makes him dangerous isn't just his skill, it's his composure. He's been through the highs and lows, faced monsters, and learned how to stay in control when chaos hits. Hearn's tone hinted at something bigger, a realization that Parker has returned to that elite bracket, the kind of fighter who can flip a fight with timing and IQ alone. It's no longer about proving himself. It's about reclaiming what once slipped away.
Moment in his career, but Parker fight's a dangerous fight for anybody. And
it'd be a different fight to the Cardiff fight.
Yeah, I mean, look, we beat him once, but that was a unification. That was a long time ago, and Joe's on great form.
And Duke McKenzie was quick to dissect what separates Parker from the rest. Duke McKenzie didn't shy away from criticism, and that's what makes his insight valuable. He sees both sides of Parker's resurgence, the improvements and the vulnerabilities. Every fighter, no matter how seasoned, has blind spots, and McKenzie's pointing out that Parker still has moments where he can be caught. Against quick, athletic fighters, he sometimes relies too heavily on rhythm and timing, and that's where Wardley might find opportunities. But Duke's analysis feels more like a reminder than a warning. He's saying Parker's not untouchable, but he's adaptable. He learns from every mistake. What separates elite fighters is not perfection, it's evolution. and Parker has been evolving fight after fight, correcting flaws and refining his craft. Mackenzie's breakdown adds a layer of intrigue. This fight isn't just about power and pressure, it's about who adapts faster under fire. If Parker can close those small gaps, his experience will overshadow Wardley's raw energy.
He's also gone behind in certain areas of his technique, which was proven in his last fight against, was it Hooney?
Justice Hooney.
Justice Hooney, right?
Yeah.
Because he was exposed.
He was.
For his boxing skills.
Yeah.
Fabio Wardley's outburst showed exactly where his head's at, full of emotion, defiance, and pride. He's not backing down from any narrative or any name, and that fiery energy is what makes him dangerous. But moments like these reveal cracks too. The frustration, the swearing, the impulsive tone. It's the mindset of a man who thrives on chaos. Fabio fights best when he's angry, but that same anger can cloud his judgment when faced with a veteran like Parker. For Parker, this is psychological gold, staying calm while the other man loses control. Wardley's reaction may fire up his fan base, but in the ring, emotion can be your worst enemy. It's what Parker will look to exploit, baiting him into mistakes, making him swing wild, then countering with precision. Fabio's words might sound like confidence, but to seasoned eyes, it's adrenaline, and adrenaline fades faster than experience.
So what's this diss track you made?
Bro, what the fuck? I've never been more confused in my life. If I did make it, I'd stand on it and go, yeah, I told you to get fucked in the track or whatever I said, but bro, don't
Martin Bacoli's insight into Parker is invaluable. This isn't coming from a commentator, but a man who's shared rounds with him inside the ropes. Bacoli's tone said it all. Parker's control, his precision, and his ring IQ are on another level. When someone like Bacoli, a heavyweight known for toughness and power, admits that Parker knows where to touch, it's code for timing, placement, and intelligence. Those subtle qualities often separate world-class fighters from contenders. Parker doesn't need to be the loudest man in the room. He lets his craft speak. Bacoli's statement reinforces a truth many forget. Parker's been learning from the very best, sparring with elite names like Tyson Fury, building layers of experience you can't teach. That's what gives him his edge over rising fighters like Wardley. It's not just physical, it's psychological. He's been in there with giants and survived. Against Fabio, he's not just fighting to win, he's fighting to remind everyone why he belongs among the elite.
Yeah, I spent 2 or 3 times in a Tyson Fury gym.
Yeah. Is there anything you can, anything happen there? You know, we know you like the sparring.
He knows, yeah.
Yeah.
If you see a jump, you know, even though I'm not 100% in the good, so I know where to touch, I know where to go.
As fight night draws closer, the anticipation around Joseph Parker versus Fabio Wardley is hitting fever pitch. It's not just a heavyweight showdown, it's a collision of eras. Parker, the composed tactician, refined by experience and discipline, versus Wardley, the raw powerhouse driven by hunger and pride. Every storyline, every stare, every word exchanged has built to this moment. Parker knows what it means to rise, fall, and rebuild. Wardley's yet to taste that kind of fire, but he's desperate to prove he belongs among the elite. The real question is, whose mindset holds when the lights go white hot? Parker's poise and patience, or Wardley's aggression and energy? One is chasing redemption, the other chasing glory, and only one walks out as the future of the division. Who do you believe wants it more? The calm veteran or the fearless challenger? Drop your predictions below and join the debate.